Good evening, hockey, or I guess not really even good evening. It's good afternoon from Swift Current, the Fairview West Arenas. I'm David Zammit, joined by my color man, Talon Reynolds, and we'll be doing the Swift Current Wildcats versus the Weyburn Gold Wings today. And a pair of teams that played yesterday, and Swift Current came out on top in that game 5-0. I'm sure Swift Current's probably looking for some of the same performance again today, whereas the Wings will be looking to kickstart their offense. They had several shots in that game. I think they were up to 24 by the end of the game, but they were unable to solve Carly Leonard in net for Swift Current. On the other side of things, Swift Current was up to 43 shots on the Weyburn goal by the end of the night, but Swift Current will be switching to their other goaltender in Aurora Van Warmer for today's game. Be interested to see which team comes out on hot to start. Yesterday's first and second periods were pretty close in action. Swift Current had 10 shots in the first, 17 in the second, whereas Weyburn had 9 in the first. Then they followed that up with 11 shots in the second period. So the first two frames were pretty even, and then Swift Current sort of dominated the third as they racked up, I believe, 16 shots, and Weyburn only had 3. So as the Wildcats are out onto the ice here, they're back to their regular jerseys today. Yesterday they were wearing their lime green jerseys, kind of looked like, as Matt alluded to yesterday, the Seattle Seahawks a little bit. Today is a little bit more authentic and colors that they normally wear, whereas Weyburn is down the far end and they're wearing their penguin-type jerseys with the wing on the front of it, kind of like the Detroit Red Wings logo.
A little bit of a hybrid.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a hybrid. What are you looking to see today out of these two teams, Talon?
I'm looking to see a good game out of both teams, getting lots of shots on net. Good game for both goalies, and we'll see how both teams play.
And speaking about the goaltender battle, I'd imagine it'll be Lexi Pierce down at the other end, as Haley Sibold played yesterday for Weyburn. Haley Sibold's actually a local product out of Beachy, just north of Swift Current, and she did pretty good against her hometown club. But it'll be Lexi Pierce getting the start, and Lexi Pierce has the better numbers for Weyburn to start this year. I'll let Talon fill you in on those numbers for Lexi Pierce.
Lexi Pierce, in 11 games played this year, she has 1 win, 9 losses, 4.34 goals against, and a .902 save percentage. So that's a good year so far for her.
Yeah, certainly decent numbers, especially when you combine it with her team in front of her has just struggled to score. So she's certainly done her job in net, but the team hasn't followed up. We'll have O Canada here, and then we'll get underway with some action. This is the
Oh, so that's why you were in there.
So you? That one. No. Drink. You drink that one. All right, it looks like McNish will start up front with Swan for Swift Current and Watain, the leading goal scorer for Swift Current and the leading point getter in Jersey Watain. And on the back end, it'll be Rubley and Hansen for Swift Current. Watain is actually second in league scoring currently in the Saskatchewan female U18 AAA Hockey League. So she'll obviously look to continue that prowess today. It'll be Girardin on the draw for Weyburn as Girardin wins the draw to Bender, but they quickly turn it over, and that'll be McNitch on the puck for Swift Current. Bit of a board battle. McNitch centers it into Watain. Watain's going to go wide. Comes back to the point for Hansen. Hansen gets a shot on goal. Pierce kicks it aside. And it'll be Ravenko trying to just chip it out. Watain gets it back in for Swift Current. It'll be Ravenko back onto the puck for Weyburn first. Weyburn looks to get it out, but Keller keeps it in for Swift Current. That'll be Hindman and Keller down there battling away. Swift Current right out in front, and Ava Metzger gets a great chance there, but she was maybe a little too in tight on Pierce. She was able to only get a backhand away as Weyburn's able to clear it out, but they're going to head off for a change as it'll be Tess Backus back for Swift Current. Quick outlet pass, though, to Keller. Keller gets cut off by Verhelst. Verhelst makes the pass to Dickey, but that was passed off after that. It's going to be Baker just chipping it in for Weyburn. Weyburn's going to get on the forecheck. Baker first one in on the puck. Cutting up by the half wall, makes a great pass over to Dickey at the point. Dickey tries to just feather it back into the center ice area, and that's picked off, and that'll be Georgette headed the other way for Swift Current. Georgette just dumps it in. Bit of board play there. Is kind of out of our zone to see a ton of, but it'll be Baker with a great pass from Verhouse, but Baker's unable to take that in stride as she was kind of cut off there quickly by Jones and Perlinger of Swift Current. Maya Jones back for the puck behind the Swift Current goal. Hits Urich on the outlet pass, and then Winger will get to center. Looks to dump it in as Swift Current will get after that. It'll be Addison Urich first on the puck. Plays it back to Winger. Winger behind the goal for Weyburn. Just centers it just there to Kerwin's reach, but Urich goes back to the point for Jones. Jones lets a hard wrister go just off the blocker of Pierce. Puck is behind the net. It'll be Davis, the captain for Weyburn, looking to get it out, and she does. Second effort as Shinkurik just dumps it in for Weyburn. Metzger there, the captain for the Legionnaires. Sorry, not the Legionnaires, the Wildcats. Perlinger on the puck now. Perlinger behind the net, cycles it back for her B partner in Jones. Over to Urich, up to Metzger. Metzger's pass was into Kerwin's skate, so it kind of ricocheted back into the zone, but Swift Current's now out, and they've dumped it in down into the Weyburn zone. Bit of neutral zone play, and not a ton of shots so far, Talon.
No, and they haven't had a whistle yet. Good pace so far.
Yeah, we're three and change into this game, and like you said, there's been no whistle and no high danger chances either for either side currently. Swift Current certainly had the possession numbers so far. Watain just centers it out front to McNitch. McNitch on the puck, sidewall, over to Watain. That shot is blocked. Be Swan on the puck behind the net for Swift Current. Down into that corner that we can't see a ton of. Puck will come out back into the Swift Current zone. It'll be Shelby Rubley back onto the puck. Rubley recently committed to the University of Regina. She'll be headed there next year. One of the 3 Wildcats to commit to school next year already. Captain Ava Metzger is another, and she'll be headed to Calgary at Mount Royal University. And then the other is Jessica Bouffard. It's a 2-on-1 for Weyburn. A bit of an interesting play there by Bender. They had a 2-on-1. It was Bouffard that was playing the defense, played it well, kind of forced Bender into the shot, but Bender had Ravenko on the other side of her, and she didn't even really give her a full look, so I'm not sure if she just felt back pressure there as to why she wanted to get the shot off quickly or what. Perlinger looks to outman it to Metzger. Metzger's cut off at the wall, but she did get it out. It's back into the Swift Current zone, though. Some neutral zone plays. It's back into the Swift Current zone. Jones across to Perlinger, over to Metzger. Metzger hits Keller on the far side. Keller's got lots of room. Looking to go outside and cut back in, unable to. The puck just kind of dribbles to the side of Pierce, and Pierce will grab that puck and hold on. We're 5 minutes and 23 seconds into the game, and the shots are 2-1 for the Wildcats so far. Weyburn's done a good job so far at kind of holding Swift Current's offense at bay. Yesterday, Swift Current was getting a pile of chances, so good to see Weyburn's made a bit of an adjustment to start this game. Puck will just be chipped down, and that'll just miss Aurora Van Wormer. That's an icing play against Weyburn. I said Pierce was in net. It's actually not Pierce. It's Haley Sibold again for Weyburn. And I don't see Pierce on the bench for Weyburn either. So I don't know if Pierce is hurt or what. Because she was on the bench yesterday, so that'll be an interesting development to watch. But it's Haley Sibold getting her second start in as many days against Swift Current. Maybe looking for a bit of revenge on her side. Urick behind the net with the puck for Swift Current. Bit of a board battle there with Verhelst. Verhelst wins that puck battle. Chips it out. It's cut off at the point by Thompson for Swift Current, who lets a shot go, and that goes high and wide. Dickey looking to skate it over her own zone, gets some help from Baker. Baker just chips it down onto Aurora Van Wormer, who will cover up. Baker's had a couple of far outside looks for Weyburn so far. I don't even think they've credited her with the shot yet, but obviously want to try and get some more inside looks if you're Weyburn here, Talon.
Yeah, I think she's had 2 of the shots so far for them.
Swift Current looking to get the puck out. That's Thompson. Hits Kerwin in the center of the ice. Kerwin kind of runs into traffic. Buffard will just get it and hit the red line and dump it in. Zebart first on the puck for Weyburn. Kind of just trips it out, but it didn't even get out. Kerwin on the puck now. Hits McNitch. McNitch with a beautiful move and makes no mistake as she goes to the backhand past a sliding Sibold. Sibold was sliding to her left, and McNitch just made a forehand backhand and then tucked it forehand into the wide open net as Sibold kind of was caught sliding out of the goal on just Swift Current's third shot of the game so far. And McNitch scored a beautiful goal yesterday too, so she's got a pair of goals in as many games, so she'll be up to 4 goals on the season now. What'd you see there on that play?
Yeah, that was a really sweet move down low there to get the Wildcats going up 1-0. So good start.
Yeah, certainly a good sight for the home side, and it was almost a really in-tight move that she was able to make and kind of buy some time there, and really caught Sibold's cheating, I'd almost say, to the one side. Watane just misses that, and it'll be Ravenko just dumping it back in for Weyburn. Ravenko on the puck, hits Girardin. Girardin on the puck. Outside shot. Ravenko with a bang-away chance. Puck's just kind of right in front of Aurora Van Wormer, and McNitch will break it out for Swift Current. McNitch hits the red line, looks to deke her way into the zone, and she does. She's got Watane going to the net, just there to her reach. It'll be Keller in a puck battle to slot, but that's lost. Puck's down into that corner that we can't see a ton of. Weyburn's just able to chip it out, and that was Ravenko getting it out. Rubley back to her D partner and Hansen. Good pass to Keller. Keller's going to let a hard shot go from the outside. Rebound off Sibold's pad. Sibold thought she had it covered, but the rebound came out the one side. Thompson just misses that. It'll be Georgette on the puck for Swift Current. She's chased by Clausen. Metzger in there to help out. Metzger comes out with the puck. Hits a wide open Sam Thompson in the slot, but Thompson's shot was blocked. Georgette just cycles it back down low. Swift Current was changing on the forward attack, though, as Appel was switching for Metzger. Paisley Arnson's just missed that pass, but it's going to go down and be covered by the Wildcat goaltender, Aurora Van Wormer. Backstory on Arnson is she's actually from Swift Current. playing for Weyburn. She's a leading goal scorer for Weyburn this year. Well, tied for the lead at least with 3 goals. She was on the Swift Current Wildcats roster last year. But she's on Weyburn this year. She didn't get into any games with Swift Current last year. I know they only played 6, but was held out of action there. So I don't know if that maybe led to her choice to go and play in Weyburn. But like I said, they've got a pair of local products, one playing goal again today in Sibbald, who played goal yesterday. And then they have Arnson, their leading scorer for Weyburn. Players certainly do like to travel around, though, as I say that. You look at the Swift Current roster, I mean, they got a goaltender out of Prince Albert. They have a centerman out of Rosetown, a couple forwards out of La Flèche and Lunsland, Gull Lake, Swift Current, Moosomin, Regina, Kindersley. You go down the list, it's a couple of Kindersleys, Gull Lake, Dinsmore, plenty, kind of all over the map. Comes down to recruiting process for sure, though.
Absolutely.
Sure, you grew up in the school system here, Talon, so I'm sure you're kind of used to whether it be Legionnaires or Wildcats in the high school system, and they're not all from just the area, eh?
No, they come from all over the place. Swift has a really good hockey here, so lots of people come and decide to play here.
Looks like Swift Current will be headed to the power play, as it's going to be a trip against the captain for Weyburn, Davis. She'll be headed off for 2 or less. You have many kids like that in your class when you were in high school from other programs or going to playing for the Legionnaires?
I had a few Legionnaires, a few Wildcats as well, and I had some Swift Current Broncos in my class as well. Okay. So yeah, it's quite the mix-up.
Yeah, half the class is local and half of it isn't at that point.
Yeah,
almost.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Rubley's able to just keep it in for Swift Current as they're going to try and set up in their umbrella type attack here. Georgette with a shot from the outside, just misses to Sibbald's blocker side. Bouffard at the point, lets a wrister go. It's tipped, just goes wide. Thompson and Swan in there digging in the corner to get the puck. Thompson comes out, lets a great shot go off Sibbald. Sibbald stops that to the side. Looks like the Weyburn goal might have come off, though. I think Swan...
There's a call against Weyburn here.
Ooh. What happened there? Did you see it?
I didn't see it, no.
They're going to be two-man short for a minute 21. That's not an ideal situation for a team that struggles to score much. They certainly do like to play a rough game, though. Yesterday they had a ton of penalties. Verhulst, I believe, had 3 penalties in one period at one point yesterday. So it's going to be number 15 going off, and it's Farr going off for head contact as you hear Colin Powers here, the in-game announcer at the Fairview West Arena. Works for the Magic 97 here in Swift Current, the radio station as well. It's going to be Metzger letting a hard point shot go from the outside, but that's stopped by Sibbald. There was traffic in front, but they weren't able to convert on that. Perlinger looking for Metzger again. Metzger is going to give it back to Perlinger. Perlinger's wrist shot, hard. Sibbald stops that. Lots of traffic in front. Swift Current is kind of stopped there by the ref as the puck was loose. I don't know if the ref lost sight of it. Sibbald made the initial save on Perlinger's point shot, and Swift Current certainly moving the puck around on this 5-on-3.
Yeah, great start to the power play there for Swift Current.
They're getting lots of looks. Be McNitch on the draw for Swift Current, and she wins. She's almost a wizard in the draw circle. Probably wins about 70%, maybe 80% of her draws at times. Metzger just misses the pass at the point. She will hold it in, though. Looks for her options. Hits McNitch on the sidewall. Back to Metzger at the point. Metzger looks to shoot it. Passes over to Perlinger. Perlinger will let it go, and she scores upstairs, beating Sibbald, who was down. There was lots of traffic in the way, but it was a Perlinger point shot, wrister, that beat Sibbald high over the glove to make it 2-0 for Swift Current. And Swift Current's already up 2-0 with 9:26 to go in the first period. Swift Current's 8th shot of the period. What did you see on that play?
That was a nice shot for the point there from Perlinger for her 3rd goal of the season. So nice little power play goal for Swift Current there.
And they certainly were moving the puck around quickly, and they've still got another minute left on another power play. It won't be 5-on-3, however. Rubley leaves it off. Georgette kind of lost it in her feet, and Weyburn's able to clear it out. B. Swan bringing it up for Swift Current. Rubley with the puck, looking for options. They go back to the point with it. Bouffard, back to Thompson. Bouffard's going to let a shot go, just misses to the side of the net. Rubley on the puck. Swan comes in to help. Thompson back to the point. Bouffard's letting a hard shot go. That's blocked again. Bouffard tried to block a pass out of the zone. Girardin's just going to send it the length of the ice and kill some time for the Gold Wings. And now we're back to even strength. Baker just tips it down, and she's going to go after it, but it'll be Perlinger ahead of her for Swift Current. Jones on the puck. She gets it out quickly to Urich. McNitch bringing it over center, hits Kerwin, and Kerwin's off the races. Kerwin looks to go outside, maybe cut back in, tried a centering pass for McNitch, but that was turned back aside. McNitch on the puck, coming out of the circle. Oh, she had a wide open Addison Urich in front of the net, but the pass was tipped, and puck ends up in the stands.
Olivia Kerwin, actually, David, all three of her sisters played Wildcats as well, so it's quite the hockey family for them.
Yeah, you talk about that, and her sister last year was actually the captain of the Wildcats, and Bailey. And I don't know the third one. Who is the oldest?
Kayla's the oldest, and then there was Taylor. So
okay,
they're all really well.
Yeah, really well known family, and I believe one of the assistant coaches.
Yeah, I think her dad used to coach. Yeah,
Chris Kerwin is the assistant coach still.
Oh, okay.
So pretty neat to see a family out of Gull Lake have
absolutely
so many players on this team at one point or another over the last decade or so. Did you go to school with any of them?
Taylor and Kayla, yeah.
Okay. 7:30 remaining in the first period. It'll be Wingert on the draw for Swift Current. She wins that one back to Hansen. Hansen lets a shot go, tipped out of the way. It looks like a roughing call against Weyburn. Weyburn's really running into penalty trouble here early, and that'll be Dobbin headed off for a roughing call. And Swift Current's going to get that top unit back out there with Keller, McNitch, Watane, Perlinger, and Metzger.
This is a real good power play unit for Swift Current.
They were able to capitalize the last time they were out. Let's see what they can do here. Metzger with the puck at the point. Hits Perlinger. Perlinger's being hassled a bit by Bender, but Metzger back at the point. Lets a hard point shot go, but that's blocked. Girardin, I believe, on the block there for Weyburn. A lot of board battle, but doesn't look like the puck's moving down there much. McNitch will get on the puck for Swift Current. Looks for her options. Goes back to Perlinger. Perlinger's hard wrister. Oh, just missed the net. Looked like it tipped someone in front. McNitch back to Perlinger. Perlinger's going to let another shot go, and this one goes in as well.
That was tipped down low.
Perlinger with a hard point shot. Do you know who it was tipped by? Or was it a Weyburn
back
defender?
Back on the line there. Could have been 17, I think, for Swift. 7. What is that?
Sadie Keller, perhaps.
I think
Number 7.
I think she might have gotten a piece of it, yeah.
Okay.
Nice shot there from the point.
Yeah, almost the exact same setup. Perlinger
Absolutely.
was kind of straight away this time instead of off to the side from the point, but Perlinger just with another hard shot. And Swift Current converts on another power play, and they're rolling here. They're up 3-0 with 6:30 remaining in the first. They're currently giving it to Perlinger from McNitch.
Yeah, I think maybe a Weyburn player might have gotten a piece of that too.
We'll see if they change it later on. Be interesting to see. It'll be Arnson, the Swift Current native, on the puck for Weyburn. Cycles it back to Verhelst. Verhouse looking for options. Goes around, back of the goal. Back to Clausen at the point. Clausen unable to hold it in. Georgette on Fender. Trying to cause a turnover, and she does. Appel just missed tapping that one home for Swift Current. Puck's played out of play by Verhouse there. Looked like she was just trying to use the glass to get it out of her own zone, but kind of sailed it into her own team's bench. Certainly going to be tough for Weyburn to dig in here and get some goals. As coming into today, they only had 13 goals in 16 games. So, and the Wildcats don't give up a ton either, especially when they have this type of lead. And they're going to continue to pour on the pressure. Weyburn has 4 shots so far, whereas Swift Current has 10. Thompson on the puck for the Wildcats. Came out into the slot for Kerwin, but sent back the other way, and that'll be Bender, the leading scorer for Weyburn. Just chips it in. She'll go after it. Ravenko looking for the wraparound chance. Far with a hard point shot. Just missed on the blocker side of Van Warmer. Puck battle in between Girardin and Hansen, and Kerwin was in there as well. Swift Current looking to get it out, and they do. Back into their own zone again, though. Rubley will hit Kerwood. Hansen with the puck for Swift Current. Outlets it to McNitch. McNitch skating right down center. Plays it over to Urich. Urich on the wraparound, but it's turned aside, and Swift Current's going to get a pair of penalties perhaps here. I know Urich's getting at least one. Watain might be getting a second. Zebard on the puck. Centers it for Weyburn. Zebard on the puck again. Back to Baker. Baker unable to hold play alive there, and Watain's going to touch up. Be interesting to see how many they're going to call here. I think they're going to call both.
2.
It might be a 5-on-3 for Weyburn. It looks like it.
They will have to.
Yeah, they're calling both. It's going to be a penalty on Watain and Urich, I believe, or both. Watain's is going to be a tripping. I didn't see Urich's. Well, Weyburn's going to get their first chance on the power play, and certainly a chance at that at a 5-on-3 here. What do you want to do if you're Weyburn here on the power play, Talon?
Well, I just want to get some pucks on net. Only 4 shots so far. More pucks on net means more chances, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, especially with the extra bodies. You want to use them, maybe get a couple of bodies in front of the net, and then have point shots kind of coming through with bodies in front. Certainly need to collapse if they can. Metzger, Keller, and Buffard on the kill for Swift Current. Baker kind of fanned on a slap shot there. They have 1:32 remaining on the 2-man advantage, Weyburn does. It's going to be Davis bringing it up ice. She's going to be pressured by Metzger. She's going wide, looking for options. Hits Baker at the point. Good save there by Van Warmer with the left pad. And Swift Current's able to get it out pretty quickly after that. Baker back on the puck for Weyburn. Arnson just chips it down, and that's going to be an icing. It's a tough one. You don't want to be icing the puck when you're up on a 2-man advantage.
No, definitely not.
Weyburn's going to be.
If you're Weyburn, you would love to get a goal here to get back into this game already down 3-0 in the first, so this is a big power play for them.
Yeah, really crucial one. You don't want to go behind much more, and I'm not sure you're going to get another 5-on-3 this game, especially the length of 2 minutes full. So Arnson's looking to bring it up. Gets the blue line, just dumps it in behind Van Warmer, but Rubley's going to get on the puck. It's going to be cut off by Dickey for Weyburn. Doesn't have a ton of options as Weyburn's changing. Baker lets a point shot go, but that's blocked. So Current's done a good job so far to keep everything kind of to the outside. Ravenko in there battling with Rubley. Ravenko on the puck. Hits Davis at the point. Davis over to Dickey. Dickey's going to let a hard point shot go, but that's blocked by McNitch. Davis with a shot. they're certainly shooting now, but they're missing a lot of the net at times. Dobbin turns that over, but Dickey's going to hold it in. Goes back to the captain and Davis. Over to Bender with a hard shot. And did that shot get through or was it blocked?
That was a great PK there for Swift Current there in their zone.
Yeah, they killed both of those penalties now. That's impressive stuff to kill two full minutes of 5-on-3. And then as we say that, Dickey comes in on a rush chance and gets a good shot away. And Van Wormer's certainly been busy here the last couple of minutes. 2:05 remaining in the first period. Getting ahead of myself. Thompson dumps it in. It'll be Urich after the puck. Swift Current's had great special teams to start. They've capitalized twice on the power play and killed both of the penalties they've taken. So I'm sure their coaches will be happy with the start special teams wise. It's Davis on the puck, and it feels like Davis has been out there for ages for Weyburn, certainly showing why she's the captain for the team. She plays a lot of minutes, a lot of tough minutes too.
Absolute workhorse.
Yeah, probably the best way to put it. Swift Current's able to keep it in. Be Verhouse battling down there with Kerwin and Swan. I don't know if the ref's going to blow it dead or... There we go. It's kind of jammed up against the boards, almost like a penalty kill play, but McNitch will be on the draw. She actually lost one there. Dolvin with the puck. Brings it around. Hansen able to keep it in for Swift Current. Lets a point shot go. Was looking for the tip by McNitch, but it was out of her reach. Wayward's just going to chip it out. Final minutes of action here in the first. Hansen on the puck. Hansen hits McNitch. McNitch in with Watain on a 2-on-1. Watain's shot just misses wide. Watain back on the puck. Centers it for McNitch. McNitch back to the point for Hansen. Hansen lets a point shot go, but that misses. Sibald's just going to get her glove on it and hold on. 34.9 seconds remaining in the first. Shots are 10-7 in favor of the Swift Current Wildcats. As we're headed to the rink today, Talon made a comment that it's almost like this is kind of the only hockey that's going on currently, and with a lot of pro stuff being shut down or postponed or canceled. Kind of crazy to see the world headed back that way, potentially, Talon.
Yeah, I sure hope we don't go into another lockdown, David.
Yeah, that's for sure. Especially with sports. I mean, they're a bit of a reprieve from even the tighter, I wouldn't say restrictions, but even just some normalcy from life. I mean,
it definitely keeps me a bit more sane, that's for sure.
Yeah, as the time's going to run out in the Weyburn end, as Swift Current was able to get 11 shots there in the period, and Weyburn got 7, but there's the Wildcats that capitalized 3 times there to take a 3-0 lead headed into the intermission. We will probably have Blake Both, the assistant coach for the Wildcats, come up, share his thoughts after the first period. But while we're waiting to see, why don't we head to a quick commercial break? You're watching action on Amateur Sports TV, action between the Swift Current Wildcats and the visiting Weyburn Gold Wings. Back here at the Fairview West Arena. It's David Zammit on the call, joined by Talon Reynolds. And actually, I'll be joined here quickly by assistant coach of the Swift Current Wildcats, Blake Both. He's actually joining me currently. And I guess, first off, let's take a look at the special teams advantage. I mean, you guys capitalized on a 5-on-3. You had another power play goal, but then you killed off a full 2-minute 5-on-3 down at this end. So obviously happy with the special teams.
Yeah, of course. Special teams is a big part of our game, and not too often you're killing off a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes, but we did a really good job at not getting too spread out. We kind of stayed tight, and at the end of the day, our goalie's gonna have to make saves on the 5-on-3. We just have to try to keep them to outside.
So what was the idea behind having two forwards and a defenseman out there? I know Keller and Netzker at one point were out there, the two forwards on the 5-on-3, and I believe it was Bouffard on the point. So what was the ideology, I guess, behind having the two forwards?
Yeah, that's the way we usually do it. I don't think you can put anyone out there that we want, and we know they're going to do a good job, but usually we just go with two forwards in the D.
Okay, and I guess just more or less, what have you liked from the team so far, and what do you need to keep doing?
Well, like you said, special teams. Really like on the power play, it's not always going to be tic-tac-toe back door. We created a lot of traffic, and that's two of those goals came from the goalie being screened and not being able to see the puck, and our D getting shots through on net.
Talk about shots getting through from the point, and Perlinger picks up a pair of goals in the first period. She only had 2 goals coming into today's game, so happy to see her get on the board not once but twice.
Yeah, she does a good job. Even though she had only the 2 goals, she does get lots of shots on net, and the more you put on net, the more they're eventually going to go in. So if she keeps on getting those shots through, the good things are going to happen.
What do you guys need to do here for the remaining 40 minutes to build on that lead, but also hold it like you guys did yesterday? You consistently built on the lead, but what do you think you need to do as a team?
Yeah, we just got to keep playing the way we want them to play. It's hard when you do get up in some games and then you kind of start creating some bad habits or trying to do too much on your own. We got to keep playing a team game and kind of stick to the process and see where we're at the end of the third period, but try not to get any bad habits and just keep playing strong.
I know we're 40 minutes away from the end of this, but you guys would obviously be happy to pick up your second straight league game win here and head off to the Christmas break on a bit of a high note.
Yeah, exactly. Still got a long ways to go, but if that happens, that's the end goal anyways.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time this afternoon, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That was assistant coach Blake Both of the Swift Current Wildcats, whose team is currently up 3-0 on the visiting Weyburn Gold Wings. And it's been a kind of a story like yesterday. Swift Current's up another goal instead of yesterday after the first. They're up 3-0 instead of 2-0. But the shots are kind of similar. It was 10-9 for Swift Current after 1 yesterday. It's 11-7. So, I mean, Weyburn is getting chances, but they're just not getting the high danger chances that maybe they want to be able to capitalize. They certainly had a chance there on the 5-on-3, but like Both said, his team didn't really get stretched out there, and that was key. And then their goaltender made the saves when she needed to, in Aurora Van Wormer, who's been excellent this season for Swift Current. She might have a bit of an interesting record, but I wouldn't read into the record. I read into her statistics more of anything. She's played 10 games. She's won 4 of them and lost 5 of them. She has 2 shutouts, though. She had a 2.14 goals against coming into this game and a .921 save percentage. Pretty sparkling numbers for the goaltender. She was also the backup. Well, I wouldn't really call her backup, but she was on the Swift Current roster last year as well. Pretty tall goaltender as well, at 6 feet tall. She's from Swift Current, so good to see her getting into form here as Swift Current's going to try and make a push this season, whereas Haley Sibold has been extremely busy down the other end for Weyburn yesterday and then again today so far. Sibold faced 43 shots yesterday, and she's faced 11 so far today, and I'd assume the Wildcats are going to ramp up their production here as we kind of get things going, continuing at least. We're about 9 minutes out from the second period, so we'll head to another commercial break here on Amateur Sports TV. Action between the Swift Current Wildcats and the visiting Weyburn Gold Wings. We're back here live at the Fairview West Arena in Swift Current. About 8 minutes out from the start of the second period. And I guess share your thoughts on the first. What do you see, Talon? What do you see from Swift Current? And what do you see from Weyburn? And what do the teams need to do moving on from here?
Well, we see some great special teams there from Swift. They had, 2 power play goals there, and killed off that 2-man advantage from Weyburn's power play there, and that was a really good penalty kill. And I think Weyburn's gonna have to get some more shots on net. That's for sure. They're playing a good chippy game so far, but they're gonna have to get some pucks in there if they want to keep up here.
Yeah, exactly. You can't let Swift Current pull away too much. Just pulling up the stats, and Swift Current had 56 goals in 18 games coming into today, so they're scoring at about 4 goals a game. Whereas on the other end, Weyburn's, like I said earlier, only has 12 goals in 16 games, so they're going to be hard pressed to get something going here. And it's going to be hard to score on Aurora Van Warmer, who's in net for Swift Current, as she has a .921 save percentage coming into today's game. That's pretty good.
That's unreal, yeah.
Not really much more you can say there. She's only let in 21 goals, and this is her 11th game, so she's been excellent well in net for Swift Current. Like I said, her win-loss record might be a bit wishy-washy, but I feel like she's potentially had the harder teams at times to play this year, maybe as a reflection to her record, although Leonard's beaten Regina, the league leading team, multiple times. So Leonard's certainly had some tough tests while she's been in net, and she's been just as good as Van Warmer, and Leonard's a rookie for Swift Current. We got to look at her yesterday, and she picked up her second shutout on the season, was sparkling in that. I believe it was a 24-save shutout. So I'm wondering if, and I don't want to say it early, but I'm assuring you, Swift Current's looking for that clean sheet again. I won't say the word.
No, you don't want to say it, Dave.
Yeah, it's certainly a bit of a jinx. You see it a lot of times on broadcasts. Someone will say it with the last 5 minutes, and then goaltender almost always gives up a goal. So be interesting to see what Swift Current does, if they're able to keep up the offense here, if it teams down a bit, or if Weyburn's able to pick up their offense a little bit. Weyburn was able to somewhat hang with them for the first 2 periods yesterday. It wasn't until the third they really got running around their own zone. So look to see if Weyburn can create a bit more here in the second. We're about 5 minutes out from puck drop in the second period. Swift Current Wildcats are up 3-0 on the visiting Weyburn Gold Wings. And we might as well take another commercial break. You're watching Amateur Sports TV. Action between the Swift Current Wildcats and the Weyburn Gold Wings. Back here at the Fairview West Arena in Swift Current, refs and linesmen are just getting out here, so it looks like we're maybe a minute or 2 away from action. See if the Wildcats are lining up there. I can't really see. You're a bit taller than me.
Yeah, they are. They're about to head onto the ice right now.
All right. Van Warmer will be leading them out onto the ice. She'll be going down to the far end, though, and Swift Current will be a lot closer to us in the offensive zone for this period. Out comes Van Warmer and the group behind her. That's better. Still waiting for Weyburn to pop out here. Maybe they're having an inspired speech down in their dressing room. I'm not overly sure. They could potentially use it to get them fired up here, though, as we're going to get underway for the second period. Swift Current's got their starting line out there, and Weyburn's still nowhere to be seen, so bit of an interesting one.
There they are.
Here they come.
Have a bit of a better view of the high-powered Wildcat offense this period, so that'll be nice.
Isn't that the truth? We'll also get a closer look at the Beachy product and Haley Sibold in between the pipes for Weyburn. Looks like they're going to load up a little bit here. They're going to go with Girardin, Ravanko, and Bender. Bender being their leading point getter this year at 6 points, and Girardin, their leading goal scorer at 3 goals this year. So they've got some offense on this top line. Let's see if Weyburn can drum something up here. Hindman and Davis on the point. Hindman gets that puck on the wind draw from Girardin. Ravanko in a battle there. Davis out there with her to help. Swift Current gets it quickly, though. Keller's just going to chip it in, and Metzger will be on the puck first for Swift Current. Metzger bringing it around the wall, cuts out right into the slot area, looking for a strong shot towards the net, just misses on Sibold's pad. Davis on the puck for Weyburn, rims it around. Hindman unable to get there. It'll be Keller for Swift Current, keeping it in down low to Metzger. Metzger centers it, but nobody's home. Davis centers it back around for her D partner in Hindman. Hindman gets it out. Girardin gets it to center, but no further. And then Girardin chips it in behind the Swift Current goal. Van Warmer leaves the puck for Rugley. McNitch coming down center. Throws it over to Watain. Watain loses puck possession. Battle in front of us there, but the Verhelst coming out with the puck. Weyburn looking to get it out. It's stopped at the line by Bouffard. Bouffard let a hard wrister go, but that's turned aside by Sibold. Weyburn looking to get it out of their own zone, and they do there. Baker was on the puck, but ends up losing it. It's going to be dumped in by Swan. Far on the puck for Weyburn. Turns it over to McNitch. McNitch held the puck. Looking for options. Almost hit Georgette at the point. Farr gets it out for Weyburn. It's going to be a skate race between Baker and Bacchus. Baker won it and centered it, but nobody there for Weyburn. Georgette goes back to Bouffard behind the Swift Current net. Bouffard's still on the puck. Looking to break it out. Bouffard's just going to skate with it. Kind of runs into a bit of traffic there, and Appel follows her up. Appel brings it in over the line. Appel still skating with the puck behind the net before she ran into the captain in Weyburn Davis. It's going to be a penalty against Swift Current for probably body contact would be my guess here. Slash. Okay. Interesting. They let the body contact roll, but it's going to be a slash on Appel. I believe Appel had a penalty yesterday, too. She's leading the Wildcats in penalty minutes this year as well. And that great special teams from Swift Current is going to be put to the test here to start the second, just 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. Weyburn on the power play. Arnson, Swift Current product. Back to Dickey, over to Davis. Davis down to Baker. Verhelst in behind the net, misses that. McNitch on the puck. Just sends it the length of the ice, and that's a great play. Sam Thompson's going to be the first one on that for Swift Current, and she's going to kill lots of time. Just going to hold it down in there, and Verhelst finally gets the puck away from her. 1:20 remaining on the Weyburn power play. Verhelst looks for a strong outlet, but misses absolutely everyone, and that's going to be an icing against Weyburn. Second time Weyburn has iced the puck on a power play. Probably not the ideal thing to be doing, especially when you're starving for some offensive production.
Definitely not.
Go.
So
Current's just doing a great job of keeping Weyburn to the outside, it seems like, when they do even get pressure, Talon.
Yeah, no, their penalty kill looks like they're playing at full strength.
Which is kind of crazy. Oh, it looks like Wingert's going to get another one. Oh, boy. That's the body contact call. And Swift Current is now going to be down 2 players
Once
for
again
at
here.
least 1:02. So I guess we'll get a second look at that 5-on-3 setup for Swift Current, and they're going to go with 2 forwards again. It's going to be McNitch and Metzger. I'm going to assume McNitch will be on the draw. Yeah, McNitch on the draw. Rubley out there with Metzger and McNitch. McNitch wins that one pretty easily. Really just wraps it around, and that'll kill some time for Swift Current. Girardin skating with lots of time. Looks to bring it in over the line. She does. Girardin back to the point for Bender. Bender lets a hard shuckle. That's blocked. Bender unable to keep it in the zone, though. Weyburn's got a water bottle out on the ice. Bit of an interesting one for you. Girardin in her own zone. There's only 30 seconds left on this 2-man advantage. And Metzger's probably going to clear the rest of that. Send it the length of the ice, and it's right down on Sibold. Sibold plays it to Ravenko. Ravenko looks to get it going. Up ice for Girardin. Girardin's going to be cut off there by Keller. She's just going to send it in deep. Weyburn's going to head for a line change, and Swift Current's going to kill the rest of that 5-on-3, and they'll go down to 5-on-4 for a minute remaining. Beautiful play there by Baker to go end-to-end. Get a nice rush chance on Van Warmer, but she was turned aside there. Davis off to Dickey. Back to Davis. Davis lets a hard shuckle that just missed the net. Dickey keeps it alive for Arnson. Arnson into the middle, but nobody there. And it's cleared pretty quickly by Swift Current. The Keller first onto the puck for Swift Current. Going to kill time. Davis all over her. Davis wins the puck battle. Gets it off her. Arnson comes in for some support. Dickey with the puck now for Weyburn. Dickey hits Verhelst. Verhelst just gets it in. Kerwin chips it into the Swift Current, or into the Weyburn zone to kill some time. And that's going to do it on the power play.
Great penalty kill for Swift Current there again.
4 for 4 on the penalty kill so far.
Yeah.
Probably not something you want to test out all game, but
No, definitely not.
if you're going to kill them off with that regularity and I'd almost say ease with that last one, really it was only the Baker chance that she went end-to-end that they really got out of that. And that was when it was the 5-on-4. So Wingert's going to be in there battling with Farr. Gerard gets it out for Weyburn. Farr with the puck, and it's probably going to go for an icing. I don't know if she thought someone was up ahead of her or who she was looking for there, but kind of just set it to free ice, free wide open ice there as nobody was around. Shot blocked, and Watain on the doorstep scores for the Swift Current Wildcats. She's really starting to rack up the goals.
That'll be 15 on the year for Watain.
Let's go. An impressive number for Watain. In only, I guess this will be their 19th game played this season, but 15 goals in 19 games is nothing. Yeah, nothing to be afraid of. And I mean, that's clipping at 0.8 goals a game almost. Really impressive feat to this point. A lot of board battle going on there. Dolvin on the puck for Weyburn. Loses it, just dumps it in behind. As Swift Current has stretched their lead to 4-0 with 13:20 remaining in the second period here at the Fairview West Arena. Watain first in on the puck there. Heinman was in on her. McNitch cycles it back for Watain. Watain with a nice strong outlet pass to Keller, but Keller was just at the side of the net and unable to get the shot off, which she probably wanted. McNitch looking to go around Dolvin there and cut to the front of the net, but she was stopped by Dolvin's skates of all.
Tried to make a nice little nifty move around her.
Yeah. She's made a couple of those. I guess she made it on the first goal of the game to get Sybil there to go into the one side. Backus able to keep it alive for Swift Current. A lot of stick play here. Sam Thompson gets a bit of open ice and then runs into Clausen. Metzger on the puck. Goes back to the point for Bouffard. Bouffard lets a hard wrister go, sails wide. Metzger back on the puck for Swift Current. Thompson tries to center it. Keller centers it out of the reach of Metzger, though. Another centering play. Bouffard walking into one. That shot's blocked by Dolvin. Swift Current is all over Weyburn here. Extended pressure there as Weyburn's just going to ice it.
Kind of a bad ice there. Weyburn needed a fresh set of legs. You can't end up changing on an ice, so they'll have to stay out there for just a little bit longer.
I feel like this line for Weyburn's been out there for about 2 minutes already.
Yeah,
so
they got to be gassed.
Yeah. McNitch on the draw for Swift Current against Dolvin. McNitch wins it. McNitch with a beautiful move to cut into the inside. Just misses high there. She's had a ton of chances today. McNitch with a great centering play for Kerwin, just out of Kerwin's reach, though. As Swift Current, buzzing might even be an understatement at this point. They were all over the offensive zone there for about a 3-minute span, and they're going to come right back in here with Kerwin. McNitch going to follow her up. McNitch battling with Davis behind the net. Urick comes in to help. McNitch looking for options. Goes back to the point for Rubley. Oh, Rubley just unable to keep it in as she kind of fell. Was trying to get it as she was falling, though, and was unable to. Baker on the far side. Cuts back. Cuts into traffic. Dickey tries a point shot, but that's blocked. I think Dickey's going to pick up a penalty. Roughing? High sticking. Yeah, a bit of an interesting play there. I'm not really sure she needed to make it. She kind of got hit a little bit by Addison Urick at the point, and then she kind of decided to return fire at Urick, but as she did that, she caught her up high with her stick, and the ref was standing right there and made the call pretty easily. Swift Current will be headed to another power play, and we've seen them cook a couple of times already with the extra man. Thompson on the draw. Kind of a scrum draw. Gerardin might have got the better of Thompson there. Thompson with patience.
Nice little move.
Yeah. Outweighted Bender, who was kind of closing on her, but then made the move. But Bender's able to get it out for Weyburn, but not much further, and Swift Current's going to get a penalty. It's going to be a Rubley for a trip. Going to be lots of open ice here for a minute 34 at least. 10:15 remaining in the second period here at the Fairview West Arena in Swift Current. Weyburn wins the draw. It'll be Backus, who scored yesterday with a hard point shot. Far from the point, unable to get her shot through, though. It's going to be Keller breaking it out, looking for Weyburn. And Weyburn might be off to the races if she can get to it. She's cut off by Davis, however. Davis and Keller battling for the puck. Keller comes out with the puck, finds Weyburn in the slot area, but Weyburn is unable to take that pass. Weyburn looks to go back to the point for Verhulst. Verhulst and Backus kind of tied up there. Verhulst runs into some traffic, and she's just going to send it in as Weyburn's going to go for wholesale changes. Interesting play. The puck did go out of play there, but it hit the side of the glass. So the ref blew it dead. Bit of 4-on-4 action still going. McNitch on the draw, wins another.
She's been great on the draws today.
She really has. She's
having a great game all around, I guess.
Yeah. Speak of that, and she looks like she's going to go outside and cut back in. She was trying. Fights off Hindman, who was all over her there. McNitch back on the puck. Holy. She's really having herself a game. Perlinger with a hard shot to the net, and that's going to be scooped up by Sibbald. That is Swift Current's 14th shot towards the goal, which seems a bit low. I feel like they might have got a bit more than that this period, but they had, I feel like they had 11 after the first, so yeah, that doesn't seem right.
They definitely had more than 2 shots when they were in the zone there.
Yeah.
3 straight minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And then you add everything else in.
Exactly.
Weyburn's going to have a quick power play here, but it's going to probably be negated as Swift Current's just able to dump it down. Farr kind of runs into traffic, and then I don't know if she lost an edge or tripped. Davis looking to bring it up for Weyburn. Swift Current's going to kill the rest of that penalty. Farr on the puck. Hits Girardin. Girardin into Arnson. Arnson back into Girardin. Good passing play there for Weyburn. McNitch gets it up. Swift Current breaking in quickly is Georgette. Georgette looks to center it. Gloved aside by Sibbald as the centering pass from Georgette was slapped to the corner by Sibbald's glove, and then Sibbald's going to hang on to this one. Just a dump in on net.
Yeah, even though Sibbald's let in 4, I think she still had a pretty good game. She's faced a lot of pressure, so she's keeping them in there just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And the chances that she's seen have probably been a lot harder than what Van Wormer's seen at the other end as well, right?
Absolutely.
Kind of point-blank chances. Urick behind the net with a nice centering play, but just there to the reach of McNitch. Puck back into the neutral zone area. So Current's just going to send it back in. Dickey will be back on it for Weyburn. Looks to get it out. She does. Oh, it's cut off at the line, though. I thought Zebart was going to get that out. Clausen sends it around. Dickey runs into some trouble. McNitch. Zebart gets it out this time to Shinkurek. Perlinger back onto the puck. Hard shot there by Dovin in the slot area. She's able to get that one through. That might have been Weyburn's best chance there.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
In the slot area, Dovin with a hard wrist shot. But that's turned aside by Van Wormer. Van Wormer stopped all 9 shots she's seen so far. Hansen trying to clear the puck for Swift Current. Get some help from her D partner in Rubley. Baker sends it towards the net, but that's kind of kicked aside. Hansen looks to get it out. She finally does. Oh, now it's out. Far at the red line, just dumped it back in for Weyburn. Weyburn looking to pick up the pace here a little bit with 6:14 remaining. It's going to come back out into the center ice area, down into the Weyburn zone, actually. Swift Current's going to get on the puck now. Far looking for a pass to Bender, but that was picked off. Hansen blue line and in right on Sibbald, who's going to stop that one and hold on. Swift Current up 4-0 on the visiting Weyburn Gold Wings here. 5:55 remaining in the second period. It's been pretty much all Swift Current. Although Ravenko's going to get a chance here. Oh, unable to convert. It looked like Ravenko was maybe going to be off to the races there. A puck that just got past Backus, but Ravenko kind of got held up there, and it's going to be an icing call against Weyburn back to the left of Sibbald.
Yeah, that was the chance Weyburn needed there. Maybe they could have got something going with a little bit of a goal.
Yeah, breakaway. I don't think they had one yesterday. They certainly haven't had one today, so it would have been a different look for their offense. Bouffard with a hard point shot, but that's blocked. Watain with some great moves in the neutral zone area. Ravenko back onto the puck for Weyburn. Two-on-one for Swift Current. McNitch over to Swan. Swan was kind of a little more flat-footed than McNitch was, though, as McNitch tries to tip one in front. Just misses on the tip. Ravenko is going to get it out for Weyburn. Ooh, Keller just out of Keller's reach, or she might have been off to the races for a breakaway. Zebart goes back against the grain to Clausen. Clausen's just going to send it the length of the ice, and that's going to be another icing call against Weyburn. Probably not something they're wanting to do, especially at this point when they need to get some offense going. Be Girardin against Metzger on the draw. Metzger wins it back. Keller. Perlinger at the point. Perlinger lets a hard wrister go that almost found its way through, but didn't end up. Zebart on the puck now for Weyburn. Thompson flips it back in. Davis on the puck for Weyburn, though. It's kind of pitch and catch here between the two teams. Perlinger skates in. Lets a hard wrister go just high, and that's kind of where she scored both of her goals today. Just high on Siebold. She was looking for the hat trick there, potentially. It was 24 minutes to complete that, and I'm sure that would be her first hat trick in this league. Metzger with a great chance and a great follow-up by Keller, and that's turned aside as well by Siebold. Siebold had to be sharp there. It was a hard shot by Metzger. Almost wondering how Keller got kind of so untouched there to be wide open for the rebound there.
Yeah.
Dobbin just looking to dump it in for Weyburn, but that doesn't go so well. Jones in there, gets the puck away from Weyburn. Urich, back to Urich, over to Watain. Watain into Kerwin. Kerwin just tips it in. Swift Current will be after it. Watain in there, gets the puck for Swift Current, looks to center it into Urich, but it was on Urich's backhand. Swift Current had a bit of a cycle going there, but Baker's going to break that up, but she's going to ice it as well.
Another ice for Weyburn.
I think that's about a third or fourth in the last couple of minutes. It's almost like they're starting to run out of gas here. They're just kind of hanging on, and the downside for them is they still have another full period after this one. So,
yeah, hopefully get something going in the third for themselves.
Yeah, Swift Current's really been pouring it on here in this period. I think they've given up only 2 shots. So, one of them was on that 5-on-3 as Rubley just misses backdoor with a chance. Swift Current is really cranking it up here offensively. Shelby Rubley was pinching in to try and get that chance. Dauvin's going to get it out for Weyburn, though. Appel brings it back in. And that puck is out of play. The draw is going to come just outside. .239 remaining in the second period. Back into the Weyburn zone, Swift Current. Swan on the puck, back to the point for Bouffard. Back down to Swan. Watain on the puck now. Watain goes back against the grain. McNitch. Swift Current's getting a penalty here. I don't know if it's a hooking or a high step. Oh, a head contact. Really interesting.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure I saw anything too crazy.
Is that a 4-minute? Or just a,
I don't know.
Minor?
That's a good question. We're about to find out. If it's it's apparently a 2-minute. It must have been a minor one then. Because, yes, sometimes it can certainly be a 4-minute.
Or even a 5-minute with a game.
Yeah, 5 in a game as well. You're not wrong. Baker with a hard shot in the point slot area. Baker's had 2 of the 3 shots for Weyburn this period. One of them was on an end-to-end rush. She wasn't able to get a ton of mustard on the shot for the end-to-end rush, but
would have been looking for her first goal of the season right there. So
she had a good chance there and kind of shot it right into the midsection of Van Warmer. McNitch broke that up and looking to clear it, and she does. Swift Current's going to be off to the races here. McNitch following up. McNitch 1-on-3. Appel kind of helps her out and just pokes it down into the Weyburn zone. It's going to be Dickey back on the puck for Weyburn. Skating it up.
Oh.
Made a really nice move there on McNitch. Davis with a hard point shot that kind of a bit of a seeing eye point shot that found the glove of Van Warmer. Van Warmer's had to make a pair of saves here within the last minute where she'd only seen 2 shots 17 minutes before that for the entire period. Yeah. So I was never a goalie, were you?
No.
I couldn't imagine just the ebbs and flows and how you see a ton and then you don't see any. And as we speak of that, Ravenko gets another beautiful chance for Weyburn.
Save.
And my goodness, has Van Warmer been busy here the last 55 seconds. And none of them have really been easy saves either. They've potentially been her 3 hardest of the night.
Oh, for sure.
Or the afternoon. Swift Current's going to dump it down, and that'll be Wingert on the puck. Tripped up.
Stays
far on the puck for Weyburn. Down into the Weyburn zone. It's going to be far back onto it. Far pressured by Thompson, but Girardin on the far wall looks to get it out. Cut off by Thompson, though. Thompson hits a wide open Keller in the slot who goes upstairs and scores short-handed on Seabold. Seabold kind of went down a little early, but what a pass from Sam Thompson it was over to Keller, who was wide open in the slot. I believe there was a couple of Weyburn players over there along the boards worried about Sam Thompson, but nobody picked up Keller. She was
all alone there in the slot.
Yeah, and she really made no mistake on that as she got it on her backhand, but then went to the forehand and let a hard wrister go. Girardin's shaking her head, but it's not really on her. Yeah, the goal might have beat her, but she had 3 of her own players in the zone, and all three of them were worried about Sam Thompson along the boards instead of Keller. Maybe in the slot area.
Yeah, that Swift Current special teams unit has been really good, even there with a shorthanded goal for Keller.
Yeah, they have 2 or 3 power play goals at this point. I know they have at least 2, but then they got 1 shorthanded. They've killed a pile of penalties as well. But that's Swift Current's 3rd shorthanded goal of the year. Watane and McNitch each have 1, and Keller now has 1 as well, and that'll be Keller's 8th goal on the season. As Kerwin is up ahead, looking to break it down for Swift Current as they get a chance at the horn. It would have been good if they were able to bang it in, but Kerwin kind of broke the zone pretty early, and they were looking to hit her. But by the time they got it up there, she was able to just get the rush chance off to the side of Seabold, and that was all. According to the scoreboard, Swift Current only got 7 shots that period, but I don't know how much I buy that. Weyburn got 5, which I believe the Weyburn, because they got at least 3 on that power play. And
yeah, that was a good power play.
Yeah, other than giving up the goal, they certainly were creating. Whereas on the other end of things, not a ton was going on. We'll take a quick commercial break here on Amateur Sports TV. You're watching action between the Swift Current Wildcats and the visiting Weyburn Gold Wings. Back here at the Fairview West Arena, it's David Zammit joined by Talon Reynolds. I guess, what have you seen so far, Talon, between the two teams? I mean, one team's obviously out in front by a decent margin, but
maybe from that power play there, Weyburn can bring some of that momentum into the third and maybe get a couple goals and try to get back into this game, but they're going to have to try to do that quick because 5 goals is quite the deficit to overcome in 1 period. So we'll see how that goes coming into the third.
Yeah, and in my years of minor hockey, I don't know if we ever made up a 5-goal deficit in 1 period. I'm trying to think, but I know I've seen it the odd time in the NHL, but it's a really tough task to try and do, like you said. And almost at this point, they're almost just trying to play for a couple of goals, break the shutout, because they were shut out yesterday as well. They probably don't want to be shut out on back-to-back days. Whereas Swift Current, you're up 10-0 in this back-to-back game series so far against Weyburn just through 5 periods. You got to be happy about yourself. You're averaging 2-4 each period and nothing against. What have you seen from Swift Current that's worked so well, and what do you think's got them out in front so well?
Well, I think the one thing that's definitely keeping them ahead in this game is Van Warmer. She has been lights out so far. She can keep that up. She'll have a clean sheet. But, Swift Current has just been constantly in Weyburn zone pretty much the entire game, just getting shots in, getting pucks in deep, moving it well. So it's been working out, and I'm sure they'll get a couple more in the third if they can keep that up. So,
yeah, the cycle games worked really well for Swift Current, and on top of that, it's been a lot of special teams action too. A couple of power play goals, a shorthanded goal. Swift Current's really just pushed the pace on Weyburn, and it looked like Weyburn was kind of dying off there in the second, but then they got that late power play. I know they gave up a shorthanded goal, but they had like 3 point-blank chances on Van Warmer, and any of the 3 really could have went in.
Showed a little bit of life there.
Yeah, for sure, and which is kind of interesting because they had a couple of 5-on-3s earlier in the game, and they weren't able to create anything to that quality or consistency. So it's interesting that they were able to finally start creating on the 5-on-4 there.
Yeah.
So be interested to see what They're able to chalk up here in the third period, but we'll take another commercial break, and we'll be back here on Amateur Sports Live TV with some more action between the Swift Current Wildcats and the visiting Weyburn Gold Wings. There for years. While we were on commercial break, we were just talking about where Swift Current hasn't been able to win this year, and that's really almost just been strictly against Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's got 3 or 4 off Swift Current this year, whereas Swift Current at 7 losses. I know they lost early in the season to Prince Albert once. I know they lost to Battlefords once. Regina once, so that's 3. They lost to Saskatoon once as well. So Notre Dame's beat them 3 times this year already. So Swift Current's going to be happy to not be playing. Although, like Pavley, head coach Terry Pavley of the Wildcats said yesterday, Swift Current's had a tough schedule to start this year. They've played Regina and Notre Dame a ton. So they're going to start getting the Weyburns, the Prince Alberts, the Battlefords, and the Saskatoons in the back half of the year. And they can probably really make up some hay there. I guess we should maybe take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, see what other games are going on currently across the province. And actually, this is the only one going on today in the entire league. We'll go back to yesterday, though. Regina beat the Battlefords 4-0, and Prince Albert won in a shootout over Saskatoon 3-2. Let's flip over to the Sask Male U18 AAA Hockey League. I know Swift Current was in action today. Yep, they're up 2-0 against the Tisdale Trojans currently in Tisdale on goals by Swift Current native Hudson Darby, who was actually recently selected in the WHL draft in the 5th round by the Portland Winterhawks. And his goal was assisted by Matt Ripplinger, their captain, and Gavin Granger, the defenseman. Both of Swift Current's goals actually came via the power play. And Carter Cormier scored the other Swift Current goal, assisted by Hudson Darby and Gavin Granger. So kind of some familiar names getting on the score sheet there in the first period. Up in Tisdale, and Braden Shenstad has stopped all 11 shots he's faced to this point. Other games going on in the Sask Male U18 AAA Hockey League are the PA Mintos absolutely beating up on the Yorkton Maulers, currently 8-0. That is that's only halfway through the second period as well.
Wow.
That beating up might be a
game to forget for Yorkton, that's for sure.
Yeah. Then you have the Estevan Bears playing later against the Blazers. And that's it. In that sort of action, hop over to the NHL, and I believe it was the Las Vegas Knights. Yeah, Golden Knights are tied 1-1 with the Islanders currently, and the Jets are tied 0-0 with the Blues at almost the end of the first. Back to that Golden Knights game, though, it's almost at the end of the second period. Later on tap tonight, it'll be the Pittsburgh Penguins and the New Jersey Devils. The LA Kings will be playing the Washington Capitals. Over on the hard court, there's a ton of games on. Heat and the Pistons play tonight. Same with the Spurs and Kings, Blazers and Grizzlies, Lakers and Bulls, Mavericks and Timberwolves, and Hornets and Suns. Over to the NFL, where it's an absolute logjam of games. The Bills are actually winning a game. I shouldn't say that. They've been doing pretty decent this year, but They're up 24-8 on the Carolina Panthers. The Dolphins are up on the Jets 24-17. Lions are up 27-6 on the Cardinals. Texans are up on the Jaguars 23-16. Cowboys up on the Giants 21-6. And the Steelers and Titans are tied in the fourth quarter, 13 apiece there. Outside of that, that's pretty much all we have to look at for the scoreboard stuff. I'm seeing the Monday's Raptors game against the Magic has been postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
COVID really taking a toll on all four major sports in North America there, with games getting postponed quite a bit. So
kind of crazy. Yesterday, Raptors All-Star forward Pascal Siakam tested